Welcome back to Book Bingers, the podcast where we talk books, book boyfriends,
Book boyfriends.
wingspans,
The bigger the better.
fan theories,
Yes.
and lots of other random things.
Just whatever pops
Along
into
the
our
way.
mind.
Like today,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about movies,
Yes.
in particular, movies that are better than the book.
Yes. Live up to the book or better, right?
That's the benchmark.
That's the benchmark.
Yeah.
And I know we all say the books are better than the movie. The book is always better. The book is always better. But these are some cases
Maybe
where
it's not true. Not always.
we might challenge you a little bit
Yeah.
on that theory
Yeah.
because we loved these movies and they were just as good as the book, and in some cases way better.
Agreed.
Way better. And I'm gonna throw in a couple movies that maybe you haven't read the book on, and that's fine, maybe don't. Just stick to the movie.
Yeah.
But then some of them
Man, there's also a lot of movies when we were doing research for this that
I didn't know were based on
I didn't
books.
know were books. I mean, makes sense, right?
literally had
But-
no clue that like Mean Girls was based on a book.
Yeah.
Turns out it was. It's not on my list because I haven't read the book.
Correct.
So
We stuck to the stuff
we
that
stuck
we
to stuff that we've actually read,
yeah.
and seen the movie. Okay. We're going to start it off with, I think, a good one. We both agree.
Yeah.
We've both read the book, and it's The Notebook
Nicholas
by Nicholas Sparks. Listen,
a classic.
if you don't love The Notebook, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, the book was great.
The book was great.
I think
however-
the casting of the movie
Choice.
takes it to the next level.
And it really did a really great job of doing the like old people and the start of the love. And the book is similar, a little different, a little bit
Yes.
different. I don't feel like the love was as intense in the book as the movie did it.
Correct.
It was so much better. There's like classic moments. I mean,
Yeah.
this movie
Yeah.
blew up.
It sure did.
And I feel like I had never really even heard of Nicholas Sparks before
No,
this.
that kind of like put him on the
It
radar.
put him on the map for me,
For
at
me,
least.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
young. I don't know, 18, 19, 20, somewhere around
I know,
that
like,
age.
should I have been reading? I don't know.
I don't know.
but-
But so
Let's not do the math.
it sent me on a Nicholas Sparks
Absolutely.
track, though. And
Absolutely.
a lot of his books became movies. And I will say,
Yeah.
all of the movies that I've seen were just as good as the book, if not better, because the casting they nail it.
They sure did.
They nail it.
Yeah.
Moving on to one. Did you ever read this
I
book?
did not read it.
Oh, it's Jurassic Park. The book is good. The book is good.
Was it Michael Crichton or
Yes, the book is good, but it's a thick mama, and it's a lot of like scientific stuff.
something? Sure. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the movie
Translates
still,
better on screen.
It really still lives up to it, though.
Absolutely.
Even though it was made in, I don't know, I'm going to say 94, 95. The movie,
Yeah.
it's still to this day. I just rewatched it. It still looks good. Like the dinosaurs still look real. Dude, it's just one of those really good movies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it'll
It's so
definitely
good.
stand the test of time. I think.
You don't need to read the book. Just go watch the movie.
Yeah.
Just go watch the movie. The next one, also a good book, but I thought it was amazing as a movie, and it's The Shining.
I don't read horror.
You're not a real Stephen King kind of gal, horror movie.
My dad and my sister would
Have
be
you
so
ever
embarrassed.
seen the movie, though?
Of course.
Okay, right, because it's a
Red
classic.
Rob. Red Rob.
Like, again, and I know that the movie is problematic when we look at how Shelley Duvall was treated, so I'm not talking about that. But, and poor Shelley Duvall. But, oh my God, the movie is so good. Like, one of the first horror movies I saw becoming the middle school level, and it's actually a great starter horror movie because
Yeah.
it's not as like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
you know,
No,
like they
yeah,
don't
it's
show
not as
like
gory.
like-
Yeah.
but boy does it fuck with your mind.
Sure does.
Like the bathroom scene, I mean it's just such a good book, but it's a really good movie, the OG. Anyways, moving on to another.
Did you read Misery?
I sure did. I'm just gonna say a lot of Stephen
I
King.
didn't read Misery, but I saw the movie.
Again, yeah, because a lot of Stephen King's writing is so good that the movie
Didn't
just...
read it. Saw
That's
it.
actually a short story that became a mini series that
Is
ruined
Pet
my
Sematary
life.
also a movie?
Yes.
See, Dad, you should be proud. I know you're not listening, but like I
Yes.
at least know some titles.
So I went
okay?
through a really bonkers Stephen King
Yeah.
part of my life, and Dean Koontz and the horror things, and
Yeah.
I really was into horror movies as well. And I will just say, all of his movies are
That
great.
was like James Patterson for me. I went like heavy on James Patterson.
Well,
for a
and now
while.
he's just like presented by James Patterson.
yeah.
Good for him.
What a life.
Way to have a life. Yeah. Moving on to another horror genre, Psycho. Whoa. The book is phenomenal, but oh my God, the movie is a classic for a reason, people.
Yeah.
And it's good. You don't need to read the book. I mean,
Okay.
we all know Psycho.
I won't.
We all know Psycho. I don't think I need to go into how great Psycho is. We all know it.
Yeah.
Skip the book. Go to the
classic.
movie. Have you read this one?
Breaking Dawn Part 2?
Oh, I skipped. Yeah.
I have read Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Listen, I'm a big Twilight girly. I will not tell you. I will not sit here and tell you I don't love Twilight because I love Twilight.
Yeah.
The books.
Yeah.
Love the books.
Yes.
And I'm not going to defend the first movie because the first movie was trash. Okay? It was so bad. I feel like the movies got better each book.
Absolutely.
But the last
And what do you think about just like TV Time Out? Like what do you think
TV
about
Time
them remaking them?
I feel
Like
like
the Murmurings.
I feel like I would be okay with it.
I want to see him take another go at it.
Because I had some real issues with the casting.
Yeah.
I thought, really? Okay.
I saw some fan casting that would put Robert Pattinson and...
Let me tell you my problem with Robert Pattinson,
Go ahead.
okay?
Sure.
This man got in killer shape for Batman, but you couldn't even wax your chest for Twilight. The movie that made you... Okay, I know you're Cedric, but no one knew your name. Okay? No one knew your name until Twilight.
Is he shirtless? Do
you remember in the second movie it was the Volturi and he's
No, in Harry Potter as Cedric. I don't
know. And he was like young. No one cared. But like Edward is supposed to be made of like a marble statue.
To be literally perfection.
He's like David's statue come to life. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be like marble, chiseled. Okay? You could have put a little effort and waxed your chest at least. Do you know?
Maybe he just didn't think it was going to be as big as it was.
Okay. And we were on the second movie by then. Like, okay, Robert Pattinson, like, try a little. Anyways, I thought the second movie, this Breaking Dawn Part 2, was fantastic.
Yes.
Because
it only took them 5 movies
It only took a while to get there. But I watched it in the theater, and
4 movies.
Listen, I'm not going to say spoiler warning, because if you haven't seen or read them by now, that's on you.
The statute of limitations.
When they took the vision, I didn't know what they were doing with it, and I really thought they killed Carlisle.
1,000%.
I was in the theater going, like losing my mind, like a crazy person. Yeah. And I was not the only one, because of course that was a midnight showing. So it was like super fans. We were all, and Corey's like laughing. He's like, sit down. And I'm like crying. I'm like, everyone's dying. What is happening? And then it comes back and we see that it's the vision. And oh my God, my mind was blown. Yeah. I was like, that was freaking amazing. Like, it was so good.
Cinematic masterpiece.
So anyways, I thought it lived up to the book and then some.
Yeah.
I thought it was better.
Yeah.
Have you read Crazy Rich Asians?
Yes.
Dude, I thought the movie was so good.
I loved the movie.
And I liked the book, but oh my God, the book
was fine. Like it was entertaining.
Fine. And it was fine. But I thought the movie was way better.
Yes.
It's one of the best rom-coms, if you will, of the recent age.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
I put it up there with like Crazy Stupid Love. Like it's also another one that I absolutely love.
It's so good,
I mean?
and I feel like it's. I hate to be like sexist or whatever, but I feel like it's one guys like too. It's not too girly. It's so good.
Or if you're my husband, you just like rom-coms. Just
my husband loves rom-coms. Like 2 weeks notice, get out of here. Oh, yeah. The Proposal, stop.
The Proposal.
I mean, is that based on a book? Because that's amazing. But Crazy Rich Asians, highly recommend. And there's a lot of people that still haven't seen it, even though it was like a box office surprise.
No, it's on like Max or something. So please
go watch it. Forget the book. Just go watch it. The next one.
Yeah, we touched on this a bit in our overrated, underrated.
Yeah, if you read that, I'm not gonna say that this was a good movie, but it was better than the book.
Yeah,
it was better than the book. It's the prequel to the Hunger Games. I didn't like the book. I'm just gonna say that. And the movie was fine.
So basically, the movie didn't have to do much.
The movie didn't have to do much. I can understand how people liked the movie if they haven't read the book because it's very different.
They romanticize Snow in like a major way.
They really make him not seem like the villain from the get-go, but in the book, he is.
The clips that I saw are the reason why I read the book, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this.
They did the damn thing in the casting. Yeah. Everyone was amazing. The casting was phenomenal. Yeah. If you see the movie and you feel like maybe I should go read the book now, just don't. Just don't. But speaking of Hunger Games, obviously we have Hunger Games on our list because the movies were amazing. I don't know if I'm gonna say they're better than the books because the books were, oh my God, so good. But they really did the books justice.
Yeah, like I feel like they stand up, and I would rewatch the movies over and over
again. Like I love them. They are on repeat in my house. They're so good. Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, the casting. Get out. So I mean, everybody is so good. Y'all have seen The Hunger Games. And I will say, if you are like, should I read the book? Yeah. Absolutely. They're even Stevens for me. Both are amazing.
Yeah. I'm itching for a reread, I think.
I think we're going to.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. Yeah. And on the same genre, Divergent. Yeah. I loved the first 2 books.
Yeah.
So much. And I was so excited when the movie came out. And I thought the movies did what they could do with the books.
I thought the casting
was great.
The movies were really good.
I thought they followed the story of the book. They followed the vibe of the book. Mm-hmm. I thought they were good. Mm-hmm. I thought they were even with the books. They can't help how the books ended. Yeah. Not their fault.
Yeah.
Not their fault.
Oh, Divergent.
This could be controversial because people really love this book.
I don't know that the people who love this book
are listening to this podcast. I will say that. So, but we're talking Dune.
Frank Herbert.
I DNF'd the book. I could not do it. It was wackadoo.
I read up until the first movie ended. I knew where to read in the book.
You knew where to stop.
And it was painful.
Painful. But the movies, part 1 and part 2, so good.
I'm still thinking about it.
Dude, we just saw Dune part 2. By the time this came out, it's probably been a minute since we've seen it. But I cannot stop thinking about it. Like, I want to go watch it again. It was one of the most cinematic, amazing moments I've had in a theater in a long time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was so good. Mm-hmm. The first one is on, I think, HBO right now.
The cast is unreal.
Go watch it if you haven't watched Dune Part 1. If you're like, I don't know if it's for me, it is for you. Go watch it.
John yesterday, my husband, was saying, "Oh, should I read Dune? Like, I love the movie so much. Like,
no.
Should I go read it?" And he's like, I feel like I have like this obligation. Like, I should. And I was like, I'm just gonna tell you, no. And he looks it up like to order it on Amazon. He goes, "It's 900 pages." Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. He goes, "I thought it was like 300-400 pages."
I have no problem reading 900 pages of something good.
Bro, they made 7 hours of a movie. Do you think it's 300 pages?
Like, let's be real here. And I am no stranger to a big, thick mama. Yeah. The size didn't do it for me. It was the writing style that I was like, I can't do this. But again, movies, stellar.
Absolutely.
5 stars. Go watch them. Changing gears completely. Mm-hmm. Let's go from Dune to Devil Wears Prada.
I mean.
I
loved the book.
Yes, the book was fine. Let's be real.
Obsessed with the movie.
The movie is so good. It was so good. I mean, like, no critiques. The movie's great.
No.
You ate and left no crumbs with that one.
A Walk to Remember.
We're
back to Nicholas Sparks. That's Nicholas Sparks, right?
Is it? I'm gonna look it up. You keep talking about A Walk to Remember.
Yeah, so I feel like the book destroyed us a bit, but the movie.
Who wrote it?
The movie definitely held up.
It's Nicholas Sparks. It is Nicholas Sparks.
Thank you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of his books
I know.
are better as movies.
I know.
But A Walk to Remember
destroyed me.
gutted me as
Destroyed
a teenager.
me. My God.
Oh my God.
My God.
No. I'm just gonna say, if you haven't watched Walk to Remember, if maybe you were in a different point in your life when this movie came out. You want a good cry? Go watch it. The casting is great. Mandy Moore at her finest.
Yeah.
It's so yeah. Highly recommend. I strongly disagree with this one, so this is you.
Lord of the Rings.
Nope.
Because did you read all the books?
I read most of the books. I also listen. Lord of the Rings is not for me.
So even the movies you didn't like?
That's what I didn't.
Oh, you hated the movies?
No. I just fall asleep every time I watch them.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen, I have issues.
I went through such a Lord of the Rings phase.
To this guy.
To the point, like, Corey and I would have been good friends in our youth because I had, like, the full box DVD set. I had a calendar of Lord of the Rings. Like,
yeah. Listen, so he made me watch the extended version, so I don't know what real version even is.
Listen, and I thought the movies.
Why don't I like them? I can't because I'm such a fantasy person. Yeah. You would think this is made for me.
Maybe try not the extended cut.
All I could think is like, why are these bitches not just flying those things? Like, why are we walking so much of this movie? Why are we walking?
It's a journey.
It's a whole journey. We went to see The Hobbit. I fell asleep in the theater. In the second one, I said, bitch, wake me up. Like, it was not for me. That book is this big. It's the tiniest little book.
Tolkien still got your money. It's okay.
Tiniest little book, The Hobbit.
Is.
And we made 3 movies? I can't. I can't. Moving on.
All right. I liked it.
No, listen, most people do. I'm in the north.
The next one is The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, another gut-wrenching book.
Yeah.
If you go watch A Walk to Remember. If you're like, I loved it, then go watch The Fault in the Stars because that movie sticks with me.
To be destroyed.
Sticks with me. And again, Shailene Woodley doing it.
I would say that like I haven't been destroyed like that in a hot minute, but I finished watching that series one day on Netflix.
Which, by the way, a book. That was a book that they made into a movie that I didn't like the movie very much of it. But the series, oh my God. Okay, this is gonna be the topic for another. Yeah. We will put this one. We're gonna do a TV series because don't come at me with like Game of Thrones. I know it will be on a different list. Yeah. This is just movies, not TV shows. So the last one we have is
To All the Boys I Loved Before.
To All the Boys I Loved Before. All of them are so good.
Yeah.
I fell in love with this in a way I didn't expect.
You know what I'd also put on here in the same vein as The Summer I Turned Pretty?
Yes, but that's a TV show.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Oh, those were movies. Yes. Yeah, okay. All right. Like I said.
A different list, Sarah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Rewind.
To All the Boys I Loved Before. Cute. Beautiful, so cute. Easy to watch.
Yes.
Nothing nasty or dirty in it. You can totally watch it with like your preteens or something. But oh my God, love it.
The books are really cute too.
Books are cute too, but the movies did it for me.
Yeah. The casting was really good.
So good, so beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah.
We will do I have way more TV shows.
Yeah, we're gonna make a little series of this. I think.
Yes, and we will also do the opposite of books that were way better than the movies. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
That will be our angry list of why did you ruin this book?
Yeah. Exactly.
And don't come at me with Harry Potter. That's going to be its own separate thing.
Also a separate thing.
It's going to be its own separate thing.
As you can tell, we read a lot of books.
And we watch a lot of movies. I really have no life. I would say you read more books than me, and I watch way more shows than you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where we balance out. So but that's what I think is a good barometer of like something that's really good to you and TV wise gets shifted over to me, and I try to send the books your way. Exactly. It's like a real symbiotic relationship.
It's really like, hey, we don't have a life. I know you're not doing anything right now.
Yeah.
So go watch this.
Exactly.
When people say they want to hang out with me, I'm like, no, you don't. I don't do anything.
You're not prepared for
this. Social media's not real. This is not my life all the time. I'm not always at Disney. Mostly I'm reading my book. Like, that's it.
That's actually the theme song to your life.
Theme song to my life. People think I'm at Disney every moment of the day, and I'm not. I'm right here. reading or watching.
To be
mostly
fair,
eating.
I wouldn't leave this chair either.
Yeah.
So that's
Cool.
that.
Well, that was this episode. Let us know what we missed because, dear God, I know there's a lot of movies.
So many.
So many. And so many of them, I've seen the movie, but I haven't read the book. What do you think is
What did we
a
miss?
movie that lives up to the book?
Yes.
Lives up to the book. Movie.
Lives up to the hype.
Not TV shows. That's a
Movie.
different one. Not
Movie.
TV shows. Don't
Movie.
don't say Game of Thrones yet. Don't
Not yet.
say Game
It's
of Thrones
coming.
yet. It's coming.
Winter is coming.
Winter's coming. Don't say that one. We know. That's a different one. But what movies? Like I know Jaws is on there.
Sure.
People always say Blade Runner. There's like a bunch, but I haven't read those books.
Yeah, yeah,
So give me a book that
So let
you
us
read
know.
and saw the movie.
yeah.
Come at us. Let us
it.
know. Because we'll have a part 2 of this.
Yes.
It'll be a series. Thanks for joining us. See you next week when we talk about more books and boys and books and boys and books and wingspans.
Au revoir. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So long.
Farewell.
I'll be the singer.
To you and you and you and you and you.